just woke up. What were we doing? I bought you out. Doing more aviary stuff. Just aviary things. Waiting on you. I guess I'll harvest some. How many points? I have one. Okay, never mind. Give me a reroll. Getting the 9's pretty good. Okay. Now we have a die. We're in a pretty good spot. So. I was kind of bored with it. I shouldn't have done that. I was like, why not? Well, that means I will. We will go to bed. And then I will, use one of these. And then I will end cycle. And we're probably starving, aren't we? Whoops. That's fine. Aviary has 2 more days. Emphasis stall, please. I'll be eating some fungi. Thank you. And then 2 more days on you. I guess we gotta just either go up top or do the low end. I should have done this forever ago. I'd rather play trivia just to get it done. Really couldn't give me extra one, son of a gun? Play Tavla, sorry. You could try. Okay. Improve the overlook. Did add stuff. Tea house, ooh. Derelict unit. Well, I'll go to bed. Now I'll use another self-repair. Yeah, aviary takes priority. Good die too. I don't care for you. And we don't ever need to buy these typically. You're not done. I have good die to you, son of a gun. Is the bar done? No. I'm just gonna do the low end. What's up with these two? I have 6 of you. What do you do? Just give me money? Yes. And in the gun box. As you leave the Tambor tea house, a hand falls on your shoulder. Sleeper thing hits from behind you. How did you find me? Oh, the penguin? Penguin, what do you eat things for a second? Oh, do you mean he mimes throwing gum in his mouth? That wasn't meant for you specifically, but he cringes. Look, it doesn't matter. Come, let's sit. Thing got you down instead of stairs to one of the Tambor's lower levels. Tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversation bounces busily off the middle walls. Fang sees you looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer, though. You can get anything in the eye offers from this place, but realty isn't exactly readily available. What the frick, dude? He picks the booth itself fashioned from some old salvage tank or container and lined with spongy insulation foam. Collapses into it, looks around furtively. Don't suppose you've seen any Haven types, they don't usually come out this far. Fang, what's going on? I'm suspended, that's the first thing. The second thing is I'm pretty sure Hardin wants to draw me off the rim of the eye. He grins. Doesn't bother me though. Suppose we hit a nerve back there. He picks a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over. What are you drinking? Look at the menu. Thing is right, the menu is ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out. But the paper is dominated by extensive complement of stoic alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without any price as a seasonal specialty. Ran into Hardin. Was he angry? Peng doesn't wait for an answer. This nigga's so self-righteous he might actually believe that Erlen would approve of his meritocratic stuff. I'm gonna beat the subreddit again. I would really like to do some Evil Dead tonight. I doubt this, if it's not fixed now, don't expect it to be fixed till midnight local time. But then again, if I was on different local times, so I don't know. Evil Dead the game, new. Nothing yet. Okay. He tapped on the table. If Hapenade was likely, like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens. He sighs, but I guess he kinda runs the place now. The young woman with a vine tattoo sneaking up her arm. Turns up at your booth, slit in her hand your order. You skim the menu, eye glaring over. Trying to pay something. I'd like the help of the sandbar rack. Give me the sandbar rack. Fang raises an eyebrow, she notes it, and she begins looking at Fang. But when she sees him suddenly stop, what the? Fang shrieks a little. You were supposed to be working. This is your shift, he grins sheepishly. Work here? Fang waves you to be quiet. Look, Jenna, let's just say this is my break. Our friend here has been through a lot. Jenna looks between the two of you. Wave. Fang doesn't look pleased. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Fang, and only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. Gestures at the table, and walks off. Well, Fang stretches in the booth. You know how it is, and we ought to eat. Plus, this is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for. What? Remember the web of connections the Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators, and if we want to understand what the Solheim executive might be getting up to in the eye, those are the people who we have to find. Fang is almost whispering now. There's a couple of them I suspect in the low end. I want to hear the music more than I want to hear just an ambient sound. I'm gonna crank it, man. A couple of them I suspect are in the low end, and well, almost everyone in the low end comes through the place at one time or another. He brings a modified slate out onto the table, set this up so that anyone with the network signature I'm looking for comes in close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they are marked, we can break through the access protocols and get all the good stuff inside. We just have to find them first, hence me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly his mom goes across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no. I can't cover enough of the low end on my own. And so far I've had no matches in those players, but two of us we can cover more ground. What am I getting into? Well, if Fang has a hand dog look, we need to do to get out and about under the low end. Close proximity to as many people as residencies as possible. Turns out my friend Mingy needs someone with help with deliveries. As in Mingy Express. So you already know of him, perfect. Fang places a tiny receiver on the table. This connects to my slate. Runs the same marking protocol as if you got near any of the targets. So all you have to do is take some delivery ships for the old Mingy, and soon enough we'll have the place covered. Fang, don't give me that. You think I like working here, and I thought you could use the tips. Bring this together, right? Right. Okay then, Fang slips his slate back under his clothes, just heads up on the Mingy Express. Take a delivery shift and we'll see what shakes up. If I manage to find anyone that's extracting data, bring it right down here to me. They have me on double shift, so I shouldn't be hard to find. And walks past carrying a tray of drinks and sharply catches Fang's eye. I don't think Shirley's bringing you a drink. He stands. I think it's time we call this meeting to a close and you grab the receiver from the table and slip into your pocket. See you soon, sleepers. Stay safe. Fang adds before turning and walking on towards the bar, whistling as he does. Goblin wheel, goblin deal. Doing 3, 4, easy. New apartment, baby. Seal unit. What the frick? I'm using dust for anything else anyway, right? So might as well. We got lucky we can do it today. Actually, we're guaranteed to do it today. That makes it easier. We will almost never need this, but sure. Paired unit. What the fuck? Beat a stray? I want a cat. Beat that stray, man. Stray hops onto the work surface and looks out the unit's small window. Doesn't acknowledge your presence, and just sits there beside the tray of crumbled crackers staring out of the low end. What's the cat's story? Are there more on the station? You haven't seen another low end, but this is a vast mega structure that means little. There could be a whole colony of cats like this in the Warrens. Look at the sleek dark fur and those sharp eyes. It doesn't look ragged, it looks at home. In fact, this presence in the unit makes you wonder if this is a Stray's apartment in which you are squatting in. Approach the Stray. You look forward and the Stray tenses up, perhaps best to give it a moment to get used to you. Stray settles a little and starts eating, picking about at the broken crackers. And remember ever having to be this close to an animal? Ever having been this close to an animal triggers something in you, a recognition of a life totally unlike your own, but still somehow connected, parallel, even interwoven. Stray looks clumps from his fur. Were you born here? Stray lifts his head as you speak, but looks out the glow at the low end, not at you. Cat's comfort in this place is enough to answer your question. Stray is the born resident of the eye, like all those thousands out there. Beyond your window, this is after all a place for the strays, both you who began their journey here and those who ended. Turn your eyes to the window, where the Stray looks out of, and you both watch the stars and the ships together. Feel something pass between you and the Stray, a kind of acknowledgement of each other, sense that each of you might share something with the other, a point of connection. And all at once, the Stray yawns wide, hops down from their unit and rushes along your legs, and then is gone out through the unit door and back into the corridors of the low end. I'll feed the Stray again. Okay, well, that's good enough for now. We can't do much. I guess we can go to Meng. Do delivery. Alright, then we will go eat and go to bed. The aviary is done. You take priority. We got another club one. Mind if I do? Alright. We got what we needed. So I'm okay with that. Weapon analysis, the mind if I do? Rico? Rico was at our bench running small vials of some liquid through an old chemical analysis machine. Whirling of the spinning drum fills the lab with a white noise. You are sure this is your approach. Sleeper, is good to see you. She looks up smiling. The little project of ours has been keeping me awake the past few cycles, but right now, well, I think I have something. What is it? The drum finishes spinning and Rico lifts the vial from it, holding it up to the light. Something abstracted from the club heads you've been bringing me. According to my analysis, it is a substance totally unique to on the Greenway. Look at the small metal liquid in the vial. Stabilizer? You aren't the first sleeper to come through here. Perhaps I should have mentioned that earlier. Rico's tone suddenly drops, changing the atmosphere in the lab immediately. I just thought, she pauses, thinking very carefully of how to continue. I just wanted you to trust us. What do you mean? I came through a fair few cycles ago. We found them wandering in the broken section near the gap. The members who brought them in had never seen one of you before. They were terrified of the strange person wandering in from the open vacuum. Quieter than you, and damaged. We did our best to patch them up and welcome them to the commune, only really spoke to them once. I was working on their wounds along with other couple of systems engineers. Remember, looks up at you and never seen a body like that before. With some readings, some samples. Rico scans your face for any sign of reaction. The next cycle they were gone. They took a little food and hiked up towards the wild margins. Where the greenway meets the waste, someone saw them in the distance, but that was it. They disappeared in the overgrowth. It was down heavily, the vial in her hand. When I saw you, I wanted things to be different. I wanted to keep you here rather than to disappear into wherever they ended up. Smiles to herself as I wanted to understand the place better, and I also wanted to help you. Seems that now both my wishes have come true at once. Hold out a vial in your hand. This is for you. You take the stabilizer, the cold, smooth in your palm. How? Clubheads caps made it for you, or at least who or whatever made those clubheads. Starts to clear a bench. It was right there, contained in the tissue. I only had to extract it. I imagine you understand how incredible that is. I learned enough from the sleeper to know that your body, your frame is it, runs on some exotic technology. Exotic technology there's time limit built in. Somehow the Greenway knows that too. Understands your physiology, sorry, maybe much better than I ever could, and knows how to treat you. The miraculous antidote that sprung from the mold, of the sprung from your presence here. The Greenway is speaking to you, is welcoming you. She looks up. I know it sounds crazy, but I know it is true. Here's the evidence. And what I know it is no longer speaking to me. Even after decades here, I have never seen this kind of response. Not since the antidote some cycles ago. She smiles, so I'm going to make you a deal. You bring me as many club heads as you like, and I'll extract the stabilizer and give it to you freely. You have to tell me what the Greenway says. You have to speak with it, dig into it. Define what brings it to the center of it. I traveled as far as I can, and you need to do the rest. Can you do that? Yes. Thank you. Sorry for the sleeper. Truly, I am sorry I couldn't have done more. But I'm so glad I met you. Smiles, you're welcome here anytime. Rico falls silent. She looks smaller now, more fragile, and you realize how old she must be to have seen the collapse firsthand. I do a little in the lab, in case she asks for anything else, but she remains silent, so you drift back into the tunnel, thoughts of the other sleeper, and where they end up, weighing on your mind. Where you're on? May I please interact with this? Eight cycles, okay. No emphasis. if you would. We're gonna have to work for some food, I guess. Or is this good? The bar? One more day? We should be fine. I believe. Tala? Tala comes to you, comes to you one shift where the bar is empty. When the bar is empty, tapping you on the shoulder as you clean the bar. It's ready, she's running ear to ear. Can I try? Obviously, she grabs you by the arm before you can even ask anything else about and drags you into the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter the cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now. Newly installed lights make the place look clean, whether it is or not. Tal had already pulled up a couple of stools around the metal crate, where tea glasses with a few fingers of pale royal inside still waiting. I sit waiting. She smiles. I haven't even tried it yet. You can see she is nervous. You both sit at the makeshift table, the slight strangeness of the situation making you both jumpy. Tala hands you a glass. Cheers, she says solemnly, and knocks the glass back, and you do the same. First sensation is burning, a sharp nose clenching, a clearing blast of alcohol that has your frame querying whether you would like to activate safe mode. You go up to drink back, and only then, behind the burn, that you taste the earthly tones of the mushrooms, the wood, the soil left behind, the sediment, barely there. Strong. Ooh, that was heavy. Maybe need some diluting. That might work, open it up a bit. Hollow grabs a metal bottle from the newly installed work surface and drips some drops of water into the oil. Try that and try again. Time to burn is a warming glow, harsh but fading off, but the woodenness less heavy. Taste something floral among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. It's really good, isn't it? It is. Tala grins with her whole face, and that makes you smile too. Tala pours down some more grue oil, and then adds some more water. The action is already taking on the quality of the ritual. You both drink. Tala tucks your feet up beneath her on her the stool, folding her legs. She looks down into the glass and swirls the liquid thoroughly. Buffily. Scrolling at me? Go steady, we need to save some for the serving in the bar. Smiles, thank you for the backup. You clink your glasses together. Tala looks up, and nothing in particular. My father opened this place, you know. Says out of nowhere, a thought suddenly becomes words. It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the eye. You're refugees. From Shinzia? Yes, one of the Ember's moons. Takes a drink. I don't remember much. I was only tiny when we came. I was just thinking about something he told me. When he first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Bantian. But he was afraid it would scare off the customers, so we took over the translated it, hence the overlook. Past few cycles, when I've been in here, I've been thinking that I should rename the place. Says to you the Bantian. What do you think? What does it mean? Said it translated to the overlooks, to something like that. The watchtower, maybe lookout. Holly picks up her glass, settles it, then to the Bantian. You both clink your glasses and drink up. Tala hisses into her teeth, still harsh, she laughs. Suddenly grabs your shoulder. A sleeper, totally forgot, stumbles to her feet. Lurches over the corner of the room, covered with a plastic sheet, and whips it off like a magician performing a trick. Beneath is a little kitchen. A sink, a work surface, and a compact oven with a hob. Your kitchen. Doesn't give you the time to respond. You can make some stuff here anytime, as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. Need those for the Groil. Thinking too that if things pick up, we can start serving proper food in the overlook. I mean the Bantayan. So how would you like it? It's perfect. I'll give you a hug and quickly stands back. I'm sorry. I'm so glad you were here. She grins. Me too. That's how it tidies away the glasses. You inspect the kitchen. Drinking it all works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you had to put up with, feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tala comes back to the bar, and you share a glass of the good Royal, the one she didn't distill. This time you talk about nothing in particular, Sharing stories about regulars, we're discussing the best place to eat on the eye, which after everything that has happened feels like a nice change of pace. Comes the time to leave, promise to cook for Tala, and you're to let her know which shifts you'll be working in the coming cycles, and then slip out into the cool of the rotunda. And in this moment you feel for once at home. I think we're done with you now. I'm done with you for now, it seems like. Okay. Um, so we go back up here. New Minji. Sleeper, you see Fang coming up from the corridor to step out of Minji's. Then the kelp noodle smell still clinging to your clothes. Comes up fast and steps close, looking red suspiciously. I don't have long to take these. Fang palms you a couple of the metal thumbnail-sized dry ripper worms. Slate has been buzzing like crazy. It seems like your delivery shifts have turned up to targets. Squeezes your shoulder. I know you can do it. Now when you lose snakes, I'm ready. Good to hear what he smiles. Hearts and the boys are all connected by some kind of closed network. You break the access protocols from both of them. Should be able to gain the location of the nearest network ports. Slot the whipper worms in the ports on each, and they'll feed me anything and everything stored in the Heart and Shadow network. Can't wait to see what juicy plans they have in there. You hear the scuff of the boots as the group comes up the corridor, likely on their way to place an order at Minji. Hear him for a second, and when you look back, Fang is already halfway down the corridor in the opposite direction. Raises a hand and farewell and is gone. Run your fingers over the tiny ripper worm drive in your pocket. Smile to yourself as you wonder how mad Jenna would be at Fang for this little excursion. Time to slot some worms. Are they in here? Okay, I understand. 3 or 5? Six or 4? Whoops. That's fine. Fang? As you walk into the tambour, you quickly spot Fang arguing with Jenna. Approach. Come up behind Fang, and it turns and notices you. Jenna stops mid-triad. As you arrive, turns to you again. You're here to vouch for your laybout? I am. Oh, well, what are you two up to? Fang winks at you and interjects. It's like I told you, Jenna, I'm helping them out, getting them settled, sorting their life out. They're a sleeper, you know what that means? Jenna softens. She looks a little embarrassed. Of course I know, as she stops to think. Look, Fang, I get it. You were trying to help, but if you want to keep this job, you're going to need to be a bit more reliable. Fang nods solemnly. It won't happen again, Jenna, I promise. Most especially between the two of you. Okay then, cheers to you. And look, I didn't mean to. Just be cool, alright? Turns and walks back to the bar. Oh well, didn't know you stand up for me, Sleeper. Then claps you on the back. I appreciate the solidarity. He takes out his slate, pulsing it with the pale light. Let's take a look at what you are really here for. It is a whirling mess of code streams coming direct from the whipperworms. They dig through the agent's data and spin into the threads of the slate for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Fang scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk, a lot of dull as heck message threads, a lot of tedious data caches, but Fang's eye flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops the screen scroll and the entry expands it. Check this out. Fang shows you the screen. See a bold corporate logo, not Solheim, and a word below. Conway. Fang's working with Conway. Conway Extractions, right? He nods. He's been speaking with them personally, got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. Rubs his head, darn it, this is juicy, but we can't nail him with that. So some more, wait, what's this? A wasteland reclamation facility? Right here in the eye? This is at you? What's the bet this place is tucked into the waste? Conway set up there? Yes, and so, got themselves set up in the waste. Back before the class people would have got there by going down to connect the spoke from the hub. That spoke's broken now. Only way is a long way around the rim past the greenway. Shows you a slate. Ping looks away, thinking Conway may have been making moves on the system since the collapse. Heard they took over one of Solheim's old bell colonies a while ago, moved everyone out and reclaimed the whole rock. What's their angle? Hardin has to be offering them something. Ping looks back at the screen, but if Hardin is involved in it, we need to check it out. Simple as that. What's next? We have to get to the facility. The answer to whatever Hardin has been prepping, been planning, has to be there. We're going to catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles. I'll see you at the Greenway. I seem to remember that some old service docks on the outer shell, up by the Haifa building, should be a good place to meet. Feng squeezes your shoulder. Thank you again, Sleeper, for sticking with us. Haven't forgotten about the tracker of yours either. I'm going to need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. Turns is laid around to face you, showing a mass scrolling code, working on a fix for my brakes. He waits. Fang grins widely. Now I've got to go ask for some time off from Jenna. Wish me luck. Lucy walks back to the bar. Jenna is standing and looks the deep exhaustion in her eyes. You only cost 1? No, I have 3 points. Never mind. Well, I guess we can go help Bliss for the time being, I guess. They were done everything else. Yeah, we're done everything else. We're in for time for most of this stuff. Bliss, where you at? Space your meal? Didn't know I could buy you there. Alright, you need money. Days, huh? Okay, the hub. Never finished this. I didn't. An achievement. Bayview. Bought into the hub's competitive repair market. Burn a capsule. I have a new home. It doesn't really mean much to me, but thank you, we'll sleep here. So am I waiting for everything right now? Waiting on you. Send. You're nothing. Gavlan wheel. I didn't finish you. What the heck? Use a 2. Make it a 3. We only need 1 point anyway. You did this. Caster. Cross between 2 walls. Are we a slash marker? We are a slash marker. I'll be right back.